Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to start a new chapter, is Kingdom Animalia, and we have completed chapter Kingdom Plante. So today we would just give the introduction about Kingdom Animalia, on what basis animals are classified, and as we know, there are about 1.2 million animal species have been found, and they do possess diversity or huge diversity. So let's talk about kingdom Animalia. As you know, the study of animals is zoology, and botany is study of plants. So we are talking about animals. So zoology is uh, study of animals, and the father of zoology is Aristotle. Okay, the study of animals is known as zoology, which deals with the study of animals, and Aristotle is considered as the father of zoology. And as we know that animals are different from plants in terms of uh, absence of plastid, means chloroplast is not in case of animal cell, absence of cell wall and central vacuole. So absence of cell wall and absence of central vacuole is another significant or characteristic feature of animals or animal cell, and they are exclusively heterotrophic. That means they are totally dependent on autotrophs, producers or plants to drive their food and energy. So let's talk about the criteria of classification of kingdom animal or animals. So we have different criterion to classify animals. So first of all is habitat. As you know, they are found everywhere on this earth. So on the basis of habitat, they are aquatic in water, they are terrestrial on land, they are amphibians both on land and in water, like frogs. They are aerial in air, zooplanktons, they swim on the surface of water or water body. Benthos, they live at the bottom of water body. And nectons, they actively swim in the water body, like fishes. They have body segmentations. On the basis of their body segmentations, they do have either metameric segmentation, that means there is a linear repetition of organs, and they are somite. Somite means they contain the same internal structures every time it gets repeated, like in annelids, earthworms. And they, in higher animals, they possess appendages for locomotion, for carrying food, and sometimes for copulation. They do have skeletal system in order to support the body. So they do have exoskeleton and endoskeleton. Exoskeleton means outside the body. Endoskeleton means inside the body. Exoskeleton includes like nails. Okay, you have feathers like this. Endoskeleton means it supports your internal organs, as the skeletal system of human being is endoskeleton. My nails are a part of exoskeleton, and my internal bones which are present inside my body, and they are supporting my visceral organs, is endoskeleton. So on the basis of either they are warm blooded or cold blooded. Warm blooded animals are known as homeothermal. They can adjust with the environmental temperature. Okay, so and poikilothermal, cold blooded animals like reptiles, they cannot adjust their body temperature with respect to external environmental conditions, like in snakes. And homeothermal, like mammals, they can adjust their body temperature with respect to external climatic or environmental conditions. Okay, the level of organizations, they are either of cellular level of organization, simplest forms. They do have tissue level of organization and most complex organ level of organization. like in human beings, like in mammals and reptiles. When it comes to circulatory systems, that means how blood flows inside the body of animals. So it is either open system or closed system. Open means they do not have any specified blood vessels or network for uh, blood to be transferred, to be transported. So open system like in arthropods and in lower animals. And closed means like in human beings, we do have proper blood vessels, arteries, veins for blood flow. Okay. Symmetry means how can we cut the body of an animal. Some animals are asymmetrical, that means they do not have any symmetry, like in porifera, sponges. Radial symmetry, you can say radial symmetry like this. You can cut you can cut this animal on any plane, at any plane. And then bilateral, it actually divides animal exactly in exactly two halves, like this. One half, one half. Like in human beings, we do have bilateral symmetry, exact two halves. Okay. Body cavity. Body cavity is known as coelom. When when we hear the word coelom is all about body cavity. That means whole the digestive system lies within the coelomic cavity or this body cavity. So on the basis of the presence of coelom or body cavity, animals are either acoelomates, pseudocoelomates and coelomates. Acoelomates means they do not have any body cavity, they do not have any coelom. That means they have not developed digestive system or digestive tract. Pseudocoelomate, that means they have partially developed the digestive tract or digestive system, or they have partially developed body cavity. Coelomate means like in higher animals, in human beings also, they do have a fully developed body cavity. They are coelomates, they have well developed digestive tract, digestive system. Okay. Then germ layers means germ layers actually the cluster of cells which do modify into various organs during the embryonic development. So animals are either diploblastic, only two layers are present, ectoplasm and endoplasm. Sorry, ectoderm and endoderm. Only two layers are present. In case of triploblastic, like in higher animals, so three layers are present. Okay, ectoderm, middle one is mesoderm and endoderm. So all these layers and the cells present in all these layers actually are differentiated into different organs and body parts. Okay, and then this is a simple classification of animals. They are simply classified or differentiated on the basis of having vertebra or absence of vertebra. So they are either invertebrates, also known as non-chordates, and vertebrates or chordates, means they have vertebral column. So invertebrates are further differentiated or classified on the basis of level of organization. Cellular level of organization, only porifera, sponges. Tissue level of organization means this is most simple type of organization. This is the complex than this one, and organ level of organization is most complex type of organization. And tissue level, Nidiria, and in case of organ level of organization in non-chordates, we would study about on the basis of having body cavity or absence of body cavity, acoelomates, acoelomates like Platyhelminthes and nematodes. Coelomates, we would study about annelids, arthropods, mollusks and echinodermates, starfishes. In vertebrates or chordates, They are further classified into class Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammals. This Pisces is further classified into on the basis of the presence of or bones or cartilage. So cartilaginous fishes and bony fishes. So it's all about the introduction of the kingdom animals, its characteristic features, how they are different to that of plants, and their criteria of classification, body segmentation, habitat, symmetry, body cavity, level of organization, open and closed circulatory system, warm-blooded, cold-blooded, germ layers, and on the basis of having vertebral column or not having vertebral column, chordates and non-chordates. So it's all about introduction about kingdom animals. The next lecture we would start with the class or phylum. Start with phylum Porifera. Porifera comes under non-chordates and is the most simplest type of animal in this kingdom. So Porifera, we will discuss about Porifera or sponges in the next lecture. Thank you.